We here at the Gaming Saloon Flashbacks always support any and all that involve the creation and distribution of any show we feature, and we'll encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
That works for me. I've hit the button, so feel free to start whenever.
Looper, you want to start? There you go. Looper went and broke itself.
Well then.
Alright. Start the episode then. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you pre-recorded from our internet couch. This is the Gaming Saloon Flashbacks for Saturday, January 23rd, 2016. With your host, Spacebreaker2448.
And ramp it up, Salon.
I don't know why I had that Saturday part.
Because you felt like it was necessary and needed, and
Probably because I'm looking at my calendar, looked at my calendar, and it has the what day it is listed along with the date. So it's like, that's Saturday, right? So yeah. Pardon me for a second. I'm gonna check the weather and see how it is at the moment.
it's snow-filled.
Actually, it's rain-filled at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
We're not getting snow up here until 1 o'clock tomorrow? Maybe?
Possibly.
I mean, we're essentially getting rain all day as of, like, right now. Because we've got a massive storm system hitting us right now. I can't hear shit. Granted, it's a stone building, so it's not like I can hear shit.
Surprisingly, I can't hear.
But yeah, I'm checking it because I'm like, I don't know if we're getting out tomorrow or not at this point. If we do, that pretty much means our Wednesday, anyone who had a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class is not going to have that class until next week, hopefully. And that puts those classes a week behind, essentially, in terms of what they need to do. Right off the bat, too, which is fun. But I'm like, if that's the case, alright. Whatever. But I don't know at this point, because I'm like, that's a lot of rain hitting. It's fairly cold. We are getting snow at the middle of the day. I don't know if MTSU wants people up here in the middle of the day when it actually starts snowing. Because I also don't know if the snow's going to stick. Gonna be 30-something. Which, I don't know if that's cold enough for the snow to stick.
It more depends on is the ground frozen.
Well, 2 days ago the ground was frozen for ice, so
Then yeah.
it's not gotten any warmer, to be honest.
I
mean, it's
bet
got
would
no-
be it's gonna stick.
Yeah. I mean, it's 36 right now, probably. So, like, the mid-30s, and it's gonna, like, pretty much be below 40 all day tomorrow. Like, I doubt it's gotten around the 40s today at all. If it has, I'll be surprised. Because it's been cloudy all day, and it's been cold all day, like every day I've been here. The ice may have, I think, maybe melted.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, the ice is melted because it melted on the sidewalks and stuff, but and it probably melted on the roads because the MTSU was open today. But like, I don't know how it will be tomorrow. So
But anyhow, shall we get back to what we were doing?
yes, yeah, we're watching more Ghostbusters this week because we don't have a random pick. I'm gonna throw in that anime show once I find episodes of it online that we can easily watch. Because fuck it, let's watch another popular anime series, another seemingly popular anime series, and then see what we think about it.
It'll probably be meh.
Well, it's not gonna be One Punch Man. Because I've already watched the entire series, and I'm like, it's alright. I enjoyed what I watched, but, like... like, there's stuff to One Punch Man, but I feel like if I really want to enjoy really want to enjoy this series, I have to go read the manga, because the show's not going to give me enough content.
Which that
Like,
kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's just like, I've gotten a taste of One Punch Man, but if I want more, I really have to go to the manga, because that's where it's at. But yeah, we're watching 2 more episodes of Ghostbusters, but we can talk about what we've been watching first.
I need a button that just says same as last week. Literally about the same, the only difference is Ghost. And dang it, I missed Ruby. I forgot about that. I knew I forgot to watch something.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll put it this way. You know that question we had about Mercury?
Uh-huh.
Well, everything made sense by the end of the episode.
Okay.
I'll put it away. By the end of the episode, you're gonna realize, honestly, Mercury being there makes sense.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Well then.
So yeah, I'll say Ruby was really good this week. Fuck. I mean, it went about like some people were expecting it to. Cause yeah. But yeah, Ruby was fantastic this week. Started watching the LA Noir stuff from the Beard Brothers.
How have you been liking it?
I've liked it. Although I will admit, I've skipped through all of the driving scenes.
Aww.
Like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, okay, no, I'm not sitting here watching them drive around town and talk about whatever the hell they're talking about. Also, why is Gerard super aggressive?
I don't know, honestly.
Now I'll answer the question, like, that might be on your mind about, the random crime that ended with the guy ending up dead. Okay, anytime you pull out your gun, people are going to die. There is no disarming them and, having it end peacefully. Now, if guns come into play, either you die or the criminals die. That's just how it's going to be. There is no getting around that. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind going from here on. Honestly, there's no big deal on the whole property damage. Like, there's an achievement for racking up a certain amount of property damage during the course of a case. But in all honesty, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just there. Actually, there might be 2 achievements. There's one for having 0, and there's one for, like, having an absorbent amount of property damage. and that's it.
So there's one for following the laws that you're trying to enforce, and then breaking every single one of them.
They're more like banging into everything that comes across your way, but yeah. Honestly, it's not a big deal. You can just drive as you damn well please in LA Noire. It doesn't matter. I don't know why they're being so careful about it. I mean, you can literally go around the game with the siren on, and most people will get out of your way. I say most people because it's still made by the people. It's still Rockstar's still attached to it, so it still has some of that stupid AI at times. You know, like the AI that if you're running down a sidewalk, it will purposely drive onto the sidewalk to kill you. I've had that happen. That's been recorded on a live stream. I don't know. Back in the day, I used to do a lot of community gameplay stuff with Swiftdoor on Twitch. And one time, it was a bunch of people got together to do what was it? It's like a triathlon, triathlon in GTA 4. And all of us were running down the road. Then all of a sudden, AI out of nowhere drives up onto the sidewalk, kills me by running me over. Literally.
That's the AI that when you respawn, you just want to kill everyone.
Literally out of nowhere. No provocation, and nothing provoked it either.
I think
it just drove up onto the sidewalk and killed me.
I think, in all seriousness, weird things that the AI does like that simply boils down to there's so many micro AIs running at the same time that it just bugs out all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that in several games from different developers, even.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah.
I think they have a new episode out, but I haven't watched it yet. Have they started on the counselor's car yet? I know they opened the case, but I don't think they've really started on the case.
No, because I think that's the one they ended on last episode, if I'm... Words, please. If I'm remembering right. Okay. My mouth just got stuck on remembering for some reason.
I wasn't completely sure. But yeah, also, just as a heads up, I don't know what version of LA Noire they're playing.
PS4.
Well, I meant regular edition or complete edition?
By complete edition, you're meaning all DLC?
Well, there is a complete edition of LA Noire that includes all the DLC, yes. That's a completely separate version of LA Noire that you can buy. And it's actually
I'm thinking Gerard did make a comment about he got some of the DLC. I don't know if he said he got all or just some.
Okay, so it's just the original copy of the game?
I would assume.
Okay. This is going to be a heads up. Counselor's Car is actually a DLC case. All of the DLC cases are not separated. They are simply there, depending on the desk. Because the game is split up by department desk, essentially. Like right now, they're in traffic.
Oh.
I kind of don't want to say what the other desks are, because you might as well just find out as long as you go.
I think I know what the next one is, because I haven't played it, but I've seen it played firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember which one it was, but I have seen past where they're at anyhow.
Okay. I know I showed off a little bit of the game way back in the day when it first came out, but I don't remember what part of the game I showed off.
I don't even know what part you showed off.
Yeah, there's 5 desks. 4 of them are actual gameplay stuff. The 5th one is just the beat cop desk. Yeah, but there's at least one DLC case for each of the other 4 desks. I think a couple of them have 2 DLC cases. But there's at least one DLC case for every single desk. And they are just placed where they would chronologically be. And that's it. That's how you play the DLC cases.
Huh.
Yeah, I say that because apparently Counselor's Car, in like the Complete Edition, is a required case. And none of the other DLC cases are required, technically. So that's what made me think they were playing the Complete Edition of the game.
Yeah, I don't know right offhand, actually.
But yeah, just, I would say expect that in the future. Like, they're just gonna, like, do a deal. They're just gonna go right into it. Case with new characters and a new crime to solve and, you know, other stuff. Nothing that particularly special. I was trying to remember anything else I know I wanted to mention. Oh, the hidden cars. There's a bunch of hidden cars all over the city. When you gain access to them, you essentially gain access to the garage they're stuck in. That you can just pull them out and drive them wherever. You don't actually get... You can't get access to them until you are a certain level for some of them. That's how those work. So yeah, they have access to a bunch of cars that are on the map, but they have to find them. It's just how it is. There's honestly not that much different between the outfits. I mean, aesthetically speaking, they're very different, but like stat-wise, they just have the one trick of theirs, and that's it. Yeah, there's nothing special about them.
Even though Alex apparently thinks there is.
They're honestly not that different. That's like the only other DLC that LA Noire got was the outfits, because there's like a couple of DLC outfits, and you've seen a couple of them. But that's really it. I think there's a film reel challenge, but I think that's 360 only, or at least 360 and PC. But I think that only gets you like an achievement.
Oh, so Sony's not good enough for it?
Counselor Car was their exclusive DLC. Yeah, I've never played Counselor's Car.
So see, then that'll be a new one for you.
Yeah. But I believe I've played every other case in LA Noire. Oh, the newspapers are important. It may not seem like they're important, but they're important. You'll see their importance depending on whether or not they get all the newspapers. Because the newspapers are telling a small little side story that is a part of the main, like, overall plot of LA Noire. That also includes the flashbacks, because those flashbacks, they are important. So yeah, keep those flashbacks and those newspaper scenes, if they come across them, in mind for the future. Because they're gonna help to illustrate... How do I say this? They're gonna help to illustrate what I was reading on the wiki, kind of one of the main themes of LA Noire. Yeah.
Huh.
Other than... Let's see, what have I been watching? I got to see the 2-hour premiere of Agent Carter this week. Agent Carter's really good. Like, I will admit, I think, overall, Agent Carter, I think, is a better show than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Granted, I think the main reason for that is because it's a far smaller cast that they're dealing with for Agent Carter than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So it's easier to manage.
Yeah. I mean, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have at least a 7-man main cast. Yeah. And that's just the heroes. That doesn't include villains. So we have to balance all that out. Whereas Agent Carter has, right now, 4? 3 maybe? Not that many. And Agent Carter is the main character of them all, whereas Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is more of an ensemble cast than any one main character. So yeah, Agent Carter was really it this week. I'm kind of setting up the whole big mystery to come for this mini series, essentially. I can't say season because technically Agent Carter isn't like a season show. It's more of like a mini series show that they put on in on the break for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What else to watch? I haven't watched Arrow or Flash this week. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't remember what else came out this week. I know shows are starting back this coming week, but there's just stuff I haven't caught up on. I guess we just might as well move into Ghost in 2 episodes we could talk about.
I guess so then.
In the 2 episodes, and the fucking Drive Ghost, or the Legend Drive episode for Ghost, since that got subbed as well.
Which one first?
Tommy?
What?
Hello?
What? I'm saying stuff.
Hello?
I hear you. Technical
Hello?
difficulties. I'm speaking. You keep saying hello.
Hello?
Hi. Yeah.
Tommy, did you fall asleep?
Yep, something's broke on his end.
That was the 3rd one. Well then.
So many problems.
Well, shit. You back now?
I've been back. I've been
Okay.
here this entire time.
What happened?
I don't know. I hear you perfectly. You're the one that kept saying hello.
I heard nothing.
I kept talking.
God damn it. So what were you talking about? Because apparently, because I think the recording will get you talk.
You were gonna transition in.
Uh-huh.
I asked which one we should talk about first, and then that's when you proceeded to say hello, and I kept saying stuff, and apparently somewhere connection was broken.
Apparently. Alright, might as well start with the Goman episode, since that'll be very short to recap. So, when Ari tries to get Takaru to use Goman the entire episode, only happens at the end when, oh my god. Takaru is in Boost. I'm just derping on shit tonight. Hell. Takeru's taking on the sword, Genma.
Again.
That killed him, although it's not really him. I think they just used the exact same sword, which might just be Deckard's sword from Shinkenger to revive, or to remake the sword Genma, and that's it. Also, they made a space Genma.
A space lightning bulb thing.
Gamma that steals people's souls. Yep. That's certainly a thing that happened this week. I don't know who it's based off of. Like, there's a number of people it could be based off of, but it's essentially pick your choice because, like, it could be Nostradamus, it could be Galileo, it could be anybody who was a prominent astrologist back in the day, because all of them are well known. So, pick one and just imagine that one is it. So yeah, Takeru takes out Gomen. Makoto is still because he's not as powerful as Takeru right now. And that was pretty much the episode.
True.
That was literally the episode. Now, this week's episode was far more interesting because, one, we continued this whole subplot with the Ryoma icon possessing somebody and having Takeru jump through hoops to get these two people to fucking do something.
Which ironically helped with the B plot, I guess you could say, since it was all the others that were focused on it.
Yeah. So, essentially, Takeru gets access to Ryoma now, which Ryoma talks and possess somebody this week, thus proving that all of the heroic icons could probably possess somebody, but none of them did because they didn't feel like it, apparently.
Yeah. I would say maybe we'll get explanation for that, but no.
I think it's because they were all, like, sealed away. And since Ryoma was technically an icon, when he could possess somebody, that was the only way he could possess somebody. Also, based off his personality, I could see him being possibly the only one to be bold enough to go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna randomly possess somebody because I feel like it.
Because he wants to see how his Japan turned out.
Yep. I mean, let's face it, none of the other icons existed as icons until Takeru released them.
True.
And none of them were in a position to possess somebody except for Ryoma at this point. Literally.
True.
But this kind of plays into the whole, kind of the end of the episode. Because we also got a Forza reference, and the Takeru saved the day, and that's about the short and long of it. Outside of Alan showing up going, I'm gonna fight Makoto literally barehanded. Because I feel like it.
And because my brace isn't finished yet.
Yeah, I don't get to become Necron till literally the end of the month. Yeah, it's confirmed he's not becoming Necron until the end of the month. So we still have another episode to wait on him. So yeah. Essentially, Takeru will be connecting, essentially uniting his heart with all 15 icons at some point. And I guess we're going to be starting with Musashi and just going up the numbers. I don't know what he's going to do with Makoto's icons. Or the two that Alan are going to have.
Yeah, you know, Makoto's icons are kind of finicky even with him.
Well, it's mainly Houdini. Which I have to think is kind of a meta sort of reference to the fact that Houdini was a big debunker of ghost shit.
Like, no, I'm not gonna help you.
I'm not gonna help you with your supernatural bullshit.
I have my own supernatural bullshit to deal with.
Yeah. So yeah, the Tiger will be talking with Musashi next week, from the looks of it.
The fully bodied Musashi.
The fully bodied Musashi, aka essentially a guy in a just wearing the Parker Ghost that we just took off ago, that we can just put on the ghost suit, and just wearing another outfit that makes him look like a ghost, and that's it. Because I guarantee you, they can interchange that suit that Musashi has for anyone.
Yeah.
And they can just hire whoever the fuck they want as a voice actor.
Yep.
Because we have like 90. We have like what? It's not the actual day count, but like episode count. We have to like what? March, like late March, to get through all 15 icons. And if we do like one a week, I think we'll make it. Hell, we'll probably do 2 a week, considering some of them.
Honestly, I think we'll wind up with the 1 a week, but I think we'll have a lot of them off cam.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, I would not be surprised if the ones that Necrom and Makoto have are kind of the off-cam ones.
Well, I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, mainly Makoto's are going to be off-screen because there's no point. Because they're technically not Takeru's icons to begin with, but I said Haruto. I recently read a wizard fanfiction from Malinus, so... Wizard's on the brain at the moment.
I thought you were just making more comparisons.
That too, to be honest. But yeah, like there's no point, especially since next episode seems to focus on Makoto gaining Houdini's help because his sister's gonna get kidnapped. Because that's the only useful thing we can do with her right now, since she's just now going to get out of the hospital. So yeah. We got subs for the Legend Drive episode for Ghost. And yep, that was pretty much everything we expected it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Don't get me wrong, it seems like it's a good opening for it, but it's like, just... I don't know. I don't know on that. It's like it felt like it was too short to really get a good grasp on what they're aiming for with this.
Well, all the episodes are going to be short like that, to be honest.
I know. That's why it's like, I don't know. Because this just feels like a reason for them to do the rider icons. Like, that's all this seems like.
They're only doing double through Drive. So, it's only going to be that many episodes plus one, I think. Also, they're coming out bi-weekly. So we're not going to get one this week. We're going to get one next week. I don't know who.
Well, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be one of them for Makoto. Because I would have to think that they would want to kind of at least even them out first. Now, whether or not that stays is another question.
Uh-huh. And also, it's been confirmed that all of the original voice actors come back to this, but I think we already talked about that.
I think we did, but I can't remember if we did last week or if we talked about it somewhere else.
Just to reiterate, all of the villains you've seen, they are going to have their original actors back for this. Not actually showing up, but at least voice work for them. And I'm like, this is a lot for a web show, even if it's superhero year. Granted, Ghost has to, do a whole bunch of anniversary stuff right now because we are not getting anniversary stuff for Super Sentai until Zyuohger debuts. I mean, we've gotten like a whole bunch of cameos in Shuriken Sentai over the course of the season, but none of them were actually a part of the superhero year. And Zyuohger is the primary Sentai team, or at least present Sentai team for that anniversary stuff, or at least for the imagery stuff. So yeah. Also, I don't think all the returning actors for Shuriken Sentai were because of the anniversary. I think they were because, yeah, we need the help.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right on that one.
Yeah, although I'll be honest, I have no idea what the hell we're getting anniversary-wise for Super Sentai. Because we are getting the Kamen Rider Ichigo movie. God help us if Yonemura is writing it. But there is the feature of Aka Ranger from Go Ranger. So I assume, just like there's a Kamen Rider Ichigo movie, we will get something related to the Go Rangers. But I don't know. It's just I say I don't know because, to be honest, Sentai hasn't really delved that hard into their past that often or at all, unlike Rider.
True.
Sentai tends to not dive that hard into their past, and I guess with Superhero Year they're going to be diving back into their past that hard. But as to what we get, I don't know, because Sentai doesn't usually have that many big movies. Because here's the thing, any Sentai series will get 3 movies, and one of them isn't even a movie. Their solo film is literally just a bulked up regular episode that gets to go on before the Rider movie, because they double bill them together. The only other 2 movies they get normally are their preceding and their upcoming crossover films. And that's it. Like, Gokaiger was one of the special cases because it got 4 movies. But that was mainly because their crossover film came super early. Like, the Gokaiger's crossover film came out before Gokai Silver debuted.
Huh.
Which was really early in Gokaiger. Not only that, they had their solo film. They even had the Gokaiger vs. Gabon movie. And they had their team-up movie with the Go Busters. So they had 4 movies. I think Kyoryuger technically has like 4 movies as well. Because they have the true crossovers, their solo film, and I think they also have 1 or 2 years after, which is kind of a look into the future of the Kyoryuger as the descendants of the current Kyoryugers try to be heroes and suck at it. That's really it. I mean, even the superhero Taizens, like, only the first 2 really feature Sentai to any degree. Because after that, they are gone. And are barely relevant. Like, Kamen Rider Tyson, Tokyuger are there to fight the giant dinosaur. And so is Kyoryu Red. And that's it. The Shuriken Sentai appears in GP at the end to help fight the giant robot. For no explainable reason. Did it happen again?
Did what happen again?
Oh, okay, good. No. Well, I thought it happened again. The whole I'm talking and apparently I can't hear you?
Oh.
Apparently not. So yeah, I don't know. This will be new territory for Sentai, to be honest. At least from my experience. Granted, unlike Rider, that whole 40 years, yeah, there are 40 Sentai teams. Because Sentai has been running all 40 years. Rider has not been running all 45 years. They took a break for a few years. At least TV series wise. Which is why there's not 45 Riders. There's only 26? Or no, 37 Riders. Or main Riders. That's right, isn't it? 37 main Riders? Because it's 15 plus Drive and Ghost. No. Oh my god, it's 32. I need to stop doing math tonight. 32 main Riders. And only 30 shows, technically? Yeah, Ghost will be the 30th Rider show. Yeah, that should be the 30th Rider show with Ghost, so. Yeah. Or not the 30th show, it's 30 minus 27th show, because Shin, Zeno, and Jay didn't have a show. They were movies. So it's 27. I swear it's 27. I'm just gonna stop doing math now. Anyway. I've got nothing else. I know Shuriken Sentai ends in a couple weeks, so we might have Geoder to talk about. Also, Surprise Future literally just came out before we recorded. It was like an hour before we recorded, so I guess we'll talk about that next week.
If I get time to sit down and watch it.
I probably will, because the work I have to do and the editing I have to do, I can do in a day. And I will have a day where I have no classes and can do it. Because I doubt my parents would be coming up this weekend. And I was looking at Tumblr for a second. Because then I started reading something about Gaiden Gaiden Volume 3, and apparently and I was like, is there any announcement on that? Oh no, there's nothing been announced. Okay. But yeah, we'll probably talk about Surprise Future next week, along with the new Ghost episode. So, yay. And like 2 weeks worth of Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh, I also forgot about Arc 5. Arc 5 was good this week. And as we continue to build up the, oh yeah, the tournament's going to end prematurely, little mini arc, right? I'll put it this way, all three of the people that are going to be, well, one of the people who won a semifinal match, and the other two who are going to be in the semifinal match are currently busy doing other things. So, yeah, the tournament's not happening anymore. We've got more important shit to deal with. Anyway, let's talk about some Go Busters so I can stop trying to actually think about stuff.
Works for me.
We're looking at episodes 23 and 24. Those who followed their intent in a Tribbian Summer Festival.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh god. Well then.
So, how we feeling?
Pretty good. I've not been regretting it, that's for sure.
Any expectations for these upcoming episodes? I don't remember the preview for this one, so...
I don't remember the preview, so I have no idea.
No. I think this image is taken from the Daiso, which I don't know if Daiso is still in print or still running right now. Daiso was essentially the arcade, or essentially the card arcade game version of Kamen Rising for Sentai.
Ah.
Not as popular, I think, because I think Daiso's not around anymore. Well, it's because I don't see commercials for it. And the website was only updated to Tokyuger. There was no Shuriken Sentai stuff on there, and Shuriken Sentai's about to end. And that's very telling. Because Kamen Rising is still around, and is updated like every so often with the new forms and cards for older characters. Hell, that's where we get the symbols for, like, where we got the early symbols for, like, anyone that wasn't a part of the main four of Gaim. That's where those symbols came from initially. Was piecing them together from Gamma Rising.
Well,
It's also from there that we found out that the Legend Rider Lock Seed can be used in the Genesis driver somehow. But don't ask me how. They just can't be. Because, like, there's several of the Genesis riders who are who can use the rider arms from other riders in Gamma Rising. It's also how we know, like, how almost all of them look like. Anyway, I guess we ready to watch some Go Busters?
yep.
Alright, take a look at this first episode here in 3, 2, 1, go.
That delay.
Pause.
What happened?
It buffering super hard. Damn it. I don't know why it buffered super hard. This one, take it from the top.
Yeah, let's just take it from the top. And I'm changing quality so I don't have the problem too, because I just noticed it's not really buffering on mine. Alright. Alright. Try this again.
Alright, I'm just gonna give it a couple extra seconds.
I can see the bar on mine, so I know it's buffering now.
I see it on mine too, but I want to give it a couple extra seconds. Try to gain some distance before we start. And alright, taking it from the top once more with Go Busters. Here in 3, 2, 1, go. After the shit you pulled? No. Oh god. Oh. Oh god, make them stop. I know they worked really hard on this, but please make them stop.
You would have thought they would have figured that out first.
Yeah. No. No. Thank you. That's about as big as a bouquet you get for ending your run on a show. Jesus. I've seen the bouquets you get. That's a crap ton of flowers to get. I don't know why I was expecting us to get a special opening this week. We shouldn't get one, I don't think.
Not for a little while.
Yeah. So we wouldn't get one until the Go Catch or Go Busters crossover, I think, would be the next one. I see we're getting a new map on a Splatoon.
Yep.
Is it the final map we're getting?
Yep. And we actually just got the last weapon the other day.
Yeah, I was seeing like where Splatoon DLC was kind of running thin.
Yeah, this map's the final piece of DLC we're going to see for it. Which is ironic because it's not technically DLC.
Yeah, technically Splatoon has no DLC. It has a whole bunch of free updates. That is completely different from the one I said. It's gonna be a yellow beat episode. Besides, you're never satisfied. My mom texted me saying sorry I didn't call. She was asleep. It's not a big deal. She's working third shift. And then it texts after and it texts back her is like, slept? I mentioned that the name of her guns are a plot point.
I don't think you have yet.
Oh, those are a plot point, by the way. Just not quite the plot point you'll think they are when it's first made apparent that they're a plot point.
Hmm.
But she's far more aggressive about this. Okay.
Magnetism at its finest.
That's not how magnetism works, but
Not
okay.
at all.
especially with them thin ass rods and people.
Let me guess, they're all going to get stuck together by the end of this.
If I'm remembering what episode this is, some of them will. Well, there went trying to go for the trope. Well, this complicates matters.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Jin can be affected because he's only an avatar, so.
True.
That technically all he has to do is would be to dematerialize himself, then rematerialize, and the quill would be gone. Oh. I was listening to a bit of a podcast about a couple folks talking about comic book video games. Apparently, Punisher's had a really good track record. Which is surprising to hear that one of the more lesser known Marvel characters, or less popular Marvel characters, has had probably one of the best track records of video games. Because Spidey can attest to that. Spidey's had some biased video games. Hell, I think just about everybody on the rosters had at least one bad video game. But at least he almost did it. Meanwhile, the comedy squad is doing their shtick. No buts. Start walking that way. Get in the damn air vent. I don't know how they climbed in there, but we'll just accept what they did. This is somebody getting nostalgic. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Aren't you being a little aggressive? So you're pretty much down to the
plane.
monkey and the rabbit.
Technically, Gorazaki can't do anything either.
Yeah. By the way, this is supposed to be a little early bird cameo to the Power Custom stuff later on. Doesn't quite turn out as good as one would expect. Granted, all they are now is paintball gear, which I think is the standard prototype gear for any show at this point. I don't think that was necessary, but okay.
It wasn't, but it's there anyhow.
I'm sorry, but this is just too ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's fucking paintball gear. None of this looks badass. Well, this is bad.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to ensure her plan actually works? Yes, we have to go. As we continue our comedy bit.
This is not ever gonna work.
I love how sarcastic Usada was.
Ooh.
Cha-ching!
Well,
Well, there went the last bit of that. Well, Bugle says, "Fuck your fucking heroic bullshit." Well, you're the one feeling all nostalgic.
yeah, true.
That's about time you two got here.
Hey, look at them throwing their own weight around.
Well, at least the comedy bit threw her off. That surprisingly worked, and
His hair's gone.
welp.
Well, she knows how to make someone be bald.
Mm-hmm. We ain't fucking around.
Well, they're all kind of pissed at him.
Yeah. Plus, we got that Megazord to deal with. How long has that thing been draining the tank?
Quite some time.
Well, I guess that's one way they could just get back all that Intertron.
Well then.
Well, that was quick. think that's the first and last time her mother's going to ever be brought up. To be fair, there's a lot of things he's hiding from you.
Yeah.
And we get a different credit song? I don't remember this, like, at all. Oh, Joko has a song. Okay. Well, what do we think of the episode?
That was definitely good to get a little more insight about everything that's happened so far.
Yeah.
Because, like, that with her mom, you wouldn't have been able to have got without this episode, I don't think. And that also helps build Jen's character, too.
Yeah, and I just saw that we had some Forza movie footage.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's like no spoilers in that movie if you just want to watch that separate from Forza.
Oh, wow.
I don't think. It might have like some identity spoilers for the villains, but like that's it.
So nothing major.
No. Okay. This is certainly a thing that's going to happen. Oh yeah, Wizard had his first cameo in that movie. I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, that just shows up in the first part of the movie, just being like, "Yo, I'm here to help." You don't get context for that until like you watch Ultimatum. Because technically, I believe the cameo is referencing Ultimatum a little bit, kind of preemptively, because Ultimatum has a little time travel shenanigans in it.
Oh, time travel, the one thing that no one can get right because there's no set rules on it.
To be fair, Mega Max got it right. And Back to the Future got it right. To be fair, time travel stories, you have to establish your own rules for time travel.
Yeah.
But as long as you establish your own rules for time travel and you stick to them and they make sense, I think the story works. Anyway, we ready for the next episode?
Yep.
Alright, picking it up here in 3, 2, 1, go. I swapped quality, so we ain't gonna have any buffering issues.
Same here.
No. Also, no. Nick, you can't eat popcorn. Are they gonna go spy on him?
Probably.
We're just gonna start the opening there. Okay.
Yeah, they could have started that before that little part there. But okay.
Oh, good God.
What?
Apparently, there's a video with Deadpool celebrating Australia Day.
Yeah.
Oh, God. To be fair, everything, all the marketing they do with Deadpool just fits his character. It's kind of weird. I hope they don't cancel, as long as the weather isn't bad. Because I would like to at least have those two classes.
At least once.
Yeah, before on the first week. Because one of them I'm not going to have till like next Wednesday. Yeah, but my physics class is split into a lecture on Mondays and labs on Wednesday and Friday. So, yeah. If they cancel tomorrow, I'm literally not going to have a physics lab until next week. And that puts us 2 labs behind. Also, why are you coming in uniform? Very true. That's right, he did dress up as a clown before.
Uh-huh.
It's a neat little bit of foreshadowing. Well, fucking enters on the enter that pass, though. So you were going to turn popcorn into evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
What an asshole. Or it's cotton candy, and I can't tell the difference.
To be fair, I couldn't tell the difference right there either. That was not clear. But okay.
I love how no one is asking about their uniforms.
Yeah.
Now you mention it. That
Well then.
that's complicated.
Hmm.
He's doing it. He just can't say anything about it.
Is it that he can't say anything or that he don't want to say anything?
I think technically they're not allowed to reveal who they are.
But to be fair, the villains already know.
Very true.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it's not like they really hide their identities in public. I love their work together. Also, I guess we're cutting the budget.
Honestly, that works.
But we gotta save budget somewhere. Might as well save it on the transformations. Can he still Intertron out of the buddy roids?
I would think he could. Maybe not in Buster form, though. Like, maybe that helps protect him.
Probably.
I'd say there'd have to be plot convenience as to why he can't be affected.
True.
Otherwise, this should be a very one-sided battle.
Mm-hmm. Oh god. No. It's nice to have Hirabu be on the softer side
For
for a
once.
change. Yeah. Very aggressive recruitment. I wonder if she used that same tactic on everybody in the club.
Possibly.
Oh, she's got the comedy part down.
Yeah.
I would have to think his whole power would give him an advantage on juggling.
Yeah, I would have to too.
I could see he's still as dense as ever. You know, unless you're a red member of a team. Then you can pretty much do everything on your own.
Yeah.
To be honest, you would be. Oh, God. Could they be a little bit less suspicious? Damn it. I love this dude so much.
Oh, God.
Well, you at least are good at finishing them off quickly when it's needed.
Yeah. I just don't think this is going to be one of those times.
Maybe it can be. They're really motivated to end this one quick.
Wow. Taking all the budget cuts today.
Yep. That's just cheating.
Yeah. I love the fact that they're just all following his lead right now. It's like, well, he thinks this will work. Let's do it.
Well, he's really focused today, so might as well follow his lead. A little late, guys. Just saying. Jin, he's not covering you. Don't be breaking the fourth wall like that. And then it just falls right out. Surprised she doesn't recognize him, considering his voice has not changed one bit.
Yeah, I know. I think she does.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to notice. And, well, we're using that stock footage.
Yep. Well, we're budget cutting this week.
Yep. Now we're getting both of the solo robots fighting this week. Well then.
Wow.
It's a fancy little trick you got there.
That one's actually impressive.
Yes.
I see what the budget cuts were for.
Yeah. That one move.
I had to say it.
And also for this, apparently.
Yeah, I think she knows.
To be fair, it wouldn't be hard to figure out. Like I said, they don't really hide their identities. Got a fucking nose and all. God damn it. And another different ending track. Okay.
Well then.
And I guess it's Heroes time this week. I'm just gonna accept this as a thing. I honestly did not remember that they had their own songs. Well, I'm gonna actually pay attention this time, since I was looking away last time for the Forza footage. Anyway, what do you think these two episodes?
I swear they know how to do character development. Why can't we get these people that wrote Go Busters writing, I don't know, any of the last few seasons of Sentai?
I'll tell you what. As soon as I get the chance to look up who did Go Busters writing wise, I think it's one of the main female writers Toei has. I believe it is. I'll have to look here. I guess we're not getting footage. I'll just watch for the preview. So this week is alright. Alright, main writer. Who was the main writer? Of course I wouldn't have that. Fantastic. Yasuko Kobayashi. Well, she doesn't have a perfect track record. She wrote Tokyo Future episodes. Actually, she wrote a majority of Tokyo Future episodes.
Never mind then.
But she wrote Zero Black Blood in one episode of Garo Makai Senki, which I can speak to the quality of Makai Senki. I can't speak to Zero Black Blood. I stopped watching that after a while. She also wrote O's and Den-O, which are polar opposite shows for a lot of people. Apparently, she was a head writer on Attack on Titan for the anime. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's some high up there credits. Which movie was this? Okay, she wrote a Yu-Gi-Oh movie. I don't know which one. Let me look him up real quick. So I'm actually curious about this now. Okay, it wasn't that movie. Was it the other one? Okay. Did she write? No. Which movie did she write? Or was she just a writer on Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm very confused now. Okay, she wrote one episode of the original Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Huh.
Not the one we watched. Season 0. You know, the one no one talks about because no one's really watched it. The one where Kaiba has green hair. I don't know why she's listed. She has Yu-Gi-Oh listed under films, but whatever. So yeah, the Kobayashi has a very mixed track record, depending on your love for certain shows. So yeah, and she's the main writer in Go Busters. And probably has wrote a lot of the episodes we've actually liked.
But you know what's weird?
What?
Okay. Tokyuger, we lost interest on.
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to say that a lot of the other stuff that I see Tokusatsu as probably wasn't like on that level of it. So has it just been a case of trying to change to match what people are wanting now?
I honestly don't know. I know there's like declining ratings and that such thing, but no. Maybe it's just like there's a need for flesh blood and Tokusatsu in terms of Rider and Sentai right now, and the fresh blood isn't there. And it's just the old guard, and the old guard just aren't bringing their A game
anymore.
Not really. Granted, that's what happened with Yonemura, because here's the thing. Yonemura wrote a series I liked. It's called Kamen Rider Kuga. I like Kuga. Hell, I like Agito, and he wrote Agito. And I'm willing to admit, Agito has some problems. But I like it. And Yonemura wrote it. Was the primary writer on it.
Well then.
Yep. Oh wait, no. Yonemura is not the main writer on Akito. Toshiki Inoue is the main writer on was the main writer on Akito. My bad. No, Inoue was the one for Kuga and Agito, and most people hate Inoue because he's the one who wrote Decade. The series no one likes because it's not good, even though it's at least decent, to be honest.
It's decent. I wouldn't go so far as to say good, but I wouldn't think it's bad either.
He's also the main writer on Kabuto. Again, I like Akito, and he's the main writer on Kabuto.
You know what's bad though?
What?
Writing wise, I don't necessarily think that was the problem we had with Kabuto.
No, it was all the asshole characters. Which is unfortunately a bad trope that kind of exists in Akito, kind of. I'll put it this way.
I mean, just to be fair there, I don't think the writing was the problem we were having with it.
I'll be honest, some of the same problems we had with Kabuto kind of exist in Agito. They're just not as extreme. Kabuto is extreme in the cases of some of the bad things that Inoue does. Akito doesn't have that, and thank God. Because I actually like Akito. Which is terrible to say, because I only like the first two Heisei era shows, and then everything past Double. And there's nothing really in between that I really care for that much. Like, Blade I liked, kind of. I have like major issues with the ending, because it feels like a very forced, we are going to get this one ending, and we do not care what logical bullshit, we have to jump through hoops to just do it. Which makes no sense when you really think about it, for me, especially how they explain the main things about Blade. Hibiki I liked, until we had the transition over, which, thank you Toshiyuki Inoue for shitting the bed on that series, but somehow making the movie good. Blows my mind that somehow, when they can write Hibiki the TV series bad, but the Hibiki movie hits all the right notes. How the fuck does that work? That was literally the first thing they got their hands on, was the Hibiki movie, and they got it right.
And then completely blew it on the show.
Yes, and turned what would have been a pretty good show into a not really good show. And like, I like Decade decently for like some of the stuff it tried to be, but it's chock full of problems.
I think the concept behind it was the right path, but yeah. Execution. No.
So yeah, that's kind of why I think like Rider and Sentai may not be as good as they could be right now. It's just because there's not really that much fresh blood writing. I mean, let's face it, Gaim was the best Rider series we've got in the last couple years.
Well, Gaim kind of set a bar higher than everyone thought, too.
Well, my point is, it was written by someone who is fresh into Tokusatsu, and that was Urabuchi.
I think what Sentai really needs is for what happened with Decade and Double. They need to have some forceful reason to have a whole new team that has never really touched it just come in and do what they can. Just so they can see what can happen.
See, who the hell is writing it anyway? Well, it's not going to be New Blood. Junko Komaru is writing it. She was a secondary writer on Wizard. He wrote a whole bunch of episodes of Wizard.
That might not be horrible.
Well, he also wrote Go-Onger, or he was also a writer on, or he at least worked on Go-Onger, Go-Sager, and Go-Kaiger, and Akiba Ranger. So that's a diverse spectrum of Sentai shows. Only two of which were probably going to be good in some people's opinions. But we got a fairly decorated director on our hands, so... yeah. So yeah, that's, I don't know. Zoger might be good. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see in a couple weeks when it finally debuts. Anyway, next week we'll watch more Go Busters, and we'll have an old pick at some point with the anime I'm thinking of bringing on. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm not thinking straight. Anyway, until then, that'll do it for
Wrap it up, son.
Peace Burger 248 saying good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Don't forget to check the links in the top and the bottom and the annotations. I boogered that up, but I'm rolling anyhow. Also, all the links will be in the description below. Later.